From the heart of Kansas City, we bring you Buk and Bob take on Chiefs Kingdom.
And Mel.
I'm Bob.
I'm Buck. We're not fancy analysts.
But we have just as many bad takes. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Dude, we just beat what analysts say is the best team in the NFL. So what's that make us?
The best team in the NFL.
Okay, that's a bit of a reach.
Hey,
That's a bit of a
Jason.
reach. It's a bit of a reach. Look, after the Super Bowl, everybody's talking about how the Chiefs are done. Chiefs are done. And you cannot say the Chiefs are done after one game.
I'm not saying the Lions are done.
And I'm not, but you can't say that the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL because they beat the best team in the NFL. They had a lot of injuries.
I said last year the Eagles were the best team in the NFL after they beat us in the Super Bowl.
All right. Okay.
No, you didn't.
I did. I also said like we might have beat them if we played the next day, maybe. But
You also
I still had
complained a
to say they
lot
were
about
the
the
best.
tush push.
huh?
You also complained a lot about the tush push.
Not for why we lost the Super Bowl. Not even close. I didn't even. Not even. Yeah. No. Not. Did not happen.
Okay.
In fact, all the times the Eagles have beat us, I've not said it was the tush push. I've said the tush push was lame, a bad play. Everybody's starting to notice that now after their 4 times in a row on Thursday Night Football. But
Fair.
you know,
And they got caught again.
yeah. Well, and they not called again,
because it's such a quick twitch response. I mean, it's a time play. They have it perfected so that those guys can get moving just a tick before they hike the ball.
I've got to stop it
got
right
momentum.
here. Who cares about the butt-touching Eagles?
Yeah, no
They've
kidding.
lost 2 games in a row. That's old news. Who cares about the Eagles? Let's talk about the Lions and the Chiefs. And I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the Lions aren't really native to North America, but if they were, you know, Chiefs would have been hunting them a long time ago, right? So
I mean, that was lame. That was
pretty
lame.
lame.
It
was
is,
pretty
and
lame.
you know what?
I'm not going with that.
I'm going to go through this this post game with a little bit of humility, in the hopes that our friend Damien might check it out for a moment. Look, man, that
I'm not going to go through with any humility. Stop it.
No, absolutely not. I think the
You're
Lions
acting like an idiot.
no, how am I acting like an idiot?
I didn't say idiot.
You almost.
I
said
almost
it.
did, but I didn't.
Yeah. So you thought it.
Yep. Yeah. No. Forget.
wanted to say
Forget that. Lions are
Wait,
a good team.
Let me hear what he has to
Lions
say.
are a good
Let me
team,
hear
and
what
we
Buck
beat
has
them,
to
and I'm
say.
proud of it.
No, I think if I'm Andy Reid in this moment, Andy Reid is a humility guy. I mean, he proved that at the very end of the game. You wanted him to run up the score.
I did, man.
I did too. I did
Dan
too.
Campbell.
I did too.
taste of his own medicine.
But they didn't. They kneeled the ball. Bob didn't even see the first kneel, so right before they did the second kneel, he's like, "Are they going to kneel it?" I'm like, "They already did. It's a done deal."
We've
at this
already
point.
got here.
Yeah. So I look
fake deal.
No.
No way.
Similar to the
No.
fake tush push.
No, you don't want to. If you're going to go for it, if you're going to run up
I
the
know,
score,
I'm
you don't
joking,
pull
I'm
any
joking, I'm
fancy
joking.
shit.
I mean, but I was like, well, this is the one team I would like to run it up on, and Buck was like, no, the Eagles. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's true, but for different reasons. The Eagles coach is an absolute jerk, and so I would definitely like want to run it up on him for that. Dan Campbell, I don't think is a jerk. I think he's a great coach. I just want to give him a taste of his own medicine so he can see how it feels when you get that score run up on you, because he's famous for it. So
Yeah. But at the same time, I respect Andy Reid, and I respect the fact
Andy was
that,
going to do it.
that we were up enough that we didn't have to do that. And that, like, why risk injuring your players?
Personal
To-
satisfaction.
Yeah, but
Why do you think Dan Campbell does it?
because
mean, for the
Dan
same
Campbell's
reason-
an asshole.
I don't think Dan Campbell's. Hey, let's not use the language though. Yeah, I don't. I think Dan Campbell has the same thoughts that Bill Belichick did, and it's just to strike fear into the hearts of everybody. And Bill didn't do it in the beginning. Bill lost a few games because he was getting, easy when they had the lead, and then Bill was like, nope, forget this. And we say Bill, it was probably Tom, pulling the strings behind the scenes, but basically they were just like, we're not going to have this happen anymore. We are going for the jugular. But I do agree, and I love the way that we act, and I love the way Andy acts, and I just would have liked to see it once, man. I would have liked to see it once. It would have been cool. That's all, because it would have been a taste of your own medicine type of deal.
We saw it the other week. Like, he did go.
Yeah, he did.
Against the
Giants or the Ravens. Yeah. Against the Ravens. Like, he did go like harder than we thought he would go. And
yeah, he did.
I think
and we were proud of him for it.
It's in there.
We liked
it's in there when we need it, and we needed it at that moment.
So let's talk about what happened, because I mean, we were okay. So the Lions started out the game moving the ball with ease.
But short chunks. Yeah, they weren't getting big bursts.
They were dinking and dunking us.
They weren't incompleting passes. I mean, what was Goff's actual stats? Because they weren't throwing incompletes. I mean, Goff ended 23 of 29 for 203. Yeah. I mean, and those missed passes were in like the third and fourth quarter. I mean,
yeah.
They were moving the ball with ease. We didn't even punt. We didn't see a punt until
the very end of the half.
Yeah,
the very end of the first half.
And so like this is really a tale. Yes, our offense was awesome, but this is a tale of Spags figuring out what's going on and then stopping it. And Spags always takes their best thing away. Amon-Ra St. Brown was 9 for 10 passes to him for 45 yards. Now, I can testify this guy does not get stats like that. Like, this guy breaks them. But Spags took it away.
He did, and most of those catches, I would say 6 or 7 of them at least, were on that last long drive that they had. He had a lot of catches on that drive. So you can't call it trash time, because they were still, they were still in the hunt. I mean, it was still a possibility when they were driving that ball down. I think you're right. I mean, especially on that first drive, when it looked so easy for the Lions to drive. Now, they weren't getting any long plays. I think their longest play on that first drive was 9 yards, maybe 11 yards, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it was a lot of small plays, and it just kind of felt like Spags was almost there. Like, he almost had his finger on it a little bit, how he was going to be able to take over that game, but he had to make a few little adjustments.
Which is crazy, because our front four wasn't getting great pressure.
I
mean, and they really didn't until midway through the third quarter, I would say. It really wasn't even something.
Spags drew up the blitzes, and then, there were errors, and I mean, and the Lions are just good. I mean, they're going to get stuff off on you. Period.
That offensive line was
their offensive line
tonight.
was so good.
There was a time where we were like, okay, I said they're just allowing dink and dunk. They're gonna pressure up when they get closer, and Bobby's like, I hate that. I don't like that, and I'm like, but that's what Spagsy does. Like, they allow the dink and dunk until they realize you're only doing the dink and dunk, and then they'll stop it, right?
Well, they started out like in the first quarter really using the flats and the side lines, right? And then they threw us through a loop and just went midfield the next drive. And their first 2 drives were masterful. But it seemed like Spags figured something out. And, I mean, I just can't say enough about the D. And I know everybody's going to talk about the offense and Mahomes throwing 3 TDs and all of that, but I really think the defense is just the unsung hero of this, because the Lions defense was beat up. I mean, we saw their backup corners, and like one of the guys hadn't even played a game yet and made a huge play. I forget his name, but like we should have had good offense against them. But the fact that we were able to hold them to I'm forgetting the ending points of the game. Hold them to 17 points.
Yeah.
That is a testament. I mean, if you look at the Lions' points, I mean, they were scoring 34 points a game, something around there.
They said, even the coach said, we need to score 30 points to beat the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so
That
I'm
wouldn't have
just,
beat the Chiefs anyway.
I am amazed, and I think this Spags defense, even though we see so many flaws with like the front four not getting pressure, like they really have something going, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
will say,
just look. I mean, it's unbelievable. That offense is nuts.
yeah.
And that's what makes me think we were really looking forward last week to this game, and that's why we struggled against the Jaguars. We underestimated them, and
which
that's
is a
what
problem.
happened.
I want to tell you that really worries me, because that's not Andy Reid's MO. He never overlooks opponents. I mean, he's very respectful I don't think so, man.
I think
he's
so.
very respectful as a head coach to never overlook an opponent.
I think we've lost games because of this. I think that's why once every year when we were the creme de la creme, like the best, right? Everybody thought we were the best. I think that's why once a year we always lost to somebody weird. Like, remember that year we lost to the Colts? The first game of the season? It's like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're looking forward and not, basically just thinking we could get by on these games and the Jags were like, they were 4-1?
4-1. Yeah.
But like, they hadn't played anybody really good, and they really weren't looking great. So yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong though.
I will say about our defense. So like the first drive, we held them to 4th and goal, and then there was a quarterback
That weird play.
caught pass that was like weird, and like
So I think
he was in motion.
He was in
so
motion,
they got
and
a
they
penalty.
probably only practiced it 3 or 4 times in the preseason.
and he never
And-
set. Goff
he
was
never
going
set.
to set, but then I think
But the guy that
whoever
was
took
that
the snap,
took the
the
snap
running back.
didn't have the presence of mind to actually wait until
Sure.
he
Yep.
was probably in a rush. They wanted to get that play off quick before Kansas
Right.
City could reset and make an adjustment.
Right. But so we stopped him there.
And I'm glad the refs actually took the time to get it right too.
Yeah.
I am so glad
Yeah,
about
that was impressive.
And then at the end of the first half, we had pressure on a 4th down that totally stuffed him. Like, our pressure, like, yes, Goff got it off, but we couldn't, like, they didn't get it because it was a bad pass. But our pressure, I feel like, from our defense was able to set that. And then Chanel
Chanel had a
killed
strong
it.
game.
Like, against the run. Now, I don't know what he did against the pass. I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
he wasn't really used a ton against the
No.
pass
Okay.
today. Most of the time, he's not going to be like that. Pick that he had that one time was a wild thing where he was just going to drop back into a zone. Like, most of the time, that's what he's going to do. But he actually stayed on the guy because he ran upfield, and he knew it was single high safety, and he didn't have help in the back. Like, that's the crazy play that Chanel made that one time. But he's usually not going to be
In
super
coverage.
involved in coverage. Like,
But against the run, he was like all over the place
oh yeah.
and did amazing tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it makes us feel good about the possibility that that we can let Drew Tranquil go next year, and we have Chanel, and then Bossa can come in the background, like, because Drew's gonna cost, like, so Chanel being like moving up in the ranks. I mean, I'd almost rather have Chanel now,
we just pay for
especially
Chanel?
after Drew. No.
Oh.
But especially after Drew played defense against Bolton last week. But Drew played pretty good tonight too.
He did.
So
yeah.
but let's should we talk about the fact that we didn't have penalties? Like, how many penalties did we have? Like, we went from 13 last week and 12 the week before.
Yeah, but if you remember, so there was only one penalty against Juwan Taylor last week, and it wasn't his fault. It was the receiver's fault, right? So this is 2 games in a row now. Juwan Taylor didn't get his number called.
Hey, guys, we
Yeah.
had 0 penalties for 0 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
huge
they
after
had
having 13
4
last
for
week.
38.
Wait, we didn't have any penalties?
None.
None
Like-
that were accepted.
That's
We had
yeah.
a couple that they didn't.
no.
Yeah, no,
didn't
they did.
accept 'em.
They didn't accept them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that not show up?
No,
No.
it doesn't. No. Yeah.
No,
Those
but
aren't.
it's
yeah,
not an
'cause
accepted penalty. It basically didn't happen.
There was the one where the tight end caught the pass and he got almost a first down, and they didn't accept the offsides penalty there, and then yeah,
But that's crazy.
yeah.
0 penalty.
Yeah, that's impressive. 13-0. That's still 13 in a 2-week period is too much for 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, and I think we had 12 the week before.
Oh, really?
We had 12 in one other game. I don't know if it was the week before, but we've been we're one of the most penalized teams coming into this week.
I can tell you how many we had last week.
Yeah.
We had 4.
We had
Nope,
6.
we had 13.
Yeah, we had 13 last week.
Yeah,
I-
13
I know
last
that's
week.
We had
right.
the 6 the week before that. 6 for 65.
And then there was one where we had 12. I think maybe it was our second game. But either way, we don't need to bog
Yeah.
down with that. But I'm happy that we really, and there were some penalties, like the Worthy penalty or the Worthy catch that could have been a catch on 4th. Like, that was pretty, like, after we saw it when we came back, he was pulling on Worthy. It was, a little ticky-tacky, but that could have been another penalty against them also.
Yeah.
But did you guys see any penalties on the Chiefs that they might not have called? Because I didn't today.
No,
and
but I
do
was-
oftentimes. Like, we often see Juwan
Yeah, we do. We
getting
often see
penalties.
Juwan. No, I was watching Juwan very carefully, actually, the last 2 games, just to see where he was lining up. I pointed it out to you guys during the game. He was lined up, I mean, fairly close to the line of scrimmage,
Yeah.
almost right up there with the guard next to him. So I think he's made an adjustment. I also think that his knee's probably feeling better, so he trusts a little bit
Good.
more.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like while we're talking about it, like, how do you guys feel like Jalen Moore?
Jalen Moore.
Jalen Moore.
Jalen
Jalen
Moore.
Moore.
Juwan Taylor, Jalen Moore.
I think
Sorry.
they schemed a lot of their strategy tonight to assist him over there. They were
I
running a
don't
lot of
think so.
plays. They did. They ran a lot of plays to the right in the first half.
I think it's
I
why
think-
we didn't
and-
see
and I think
Thornton.
he did great.
I think it's
So-
why we didn't see Thornton.
What's his name?
Quite
Hutchinson?
possibly. Yeah, Aidan Hutchinson.
yeah,
He
so-
started lining up on the right.
He lined up on the right because Jalen Moore was whooping his butt. Like, that's awesome.
I don't know when he
This
started
makes
right
me.
lining up on the right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So,
This makes you.
this makes me extremely excited about possibly having Jalen Moore be on the right side instead of Juwan Taylor next year, because we need to drop Taylor next year. So and we talked about it. Like, he played on the 49ers and looked good for the 4 or 5 games that he started, So
I don't know. I'm starting to get on the Juwan Taylor train. I think if he has 2 or 3 more games without any penalties, I think we should re-sign him.
I mean,
we'd have to restructure him.
Yeah, whatever.
I
to
mean,
be
we'll
fair,
see.
I don't.
But
I feel
honestly,
like I
I'm saying that in
haven't
jest.
looked at Jawan Taylor's performance outside of the fact that he has so many penalties, and that it's probably an error on my part. But I'm like,
no,
if he doesn't have penalties, is he still a good?
Juwan Taylor,
He did good
if
tonight.
he was moved, he would start on 20 of 32 teams right now if he moved from
As
us
a right
to,
tackle?
he and that's probably a little modest, probably more like 25.
With his penalty history?
Yes, his play is really good. He
Okay.
is one of the top
That's
right
what I'm saying,
tackles
is I don't
in
know.
the NFL without penalties.
Well, think
And
about how
according to PFF and things of that nature.
Think about how our offense looked. I know last week there was a lot of penalties that got in the way and killed a lot of drives. But if you look at his play specifically, he had no penalties last week that were his fault. He had no penalties tonight at all, and his play was strong both weeks. He is a damn good right tackle. He just is inconsistent. Now, we did learn of a knee issue that he had all last year, and that was something they kind of kept under wraps. And
Maybe he was trying to overcompensate
he
by
definitely
like
No, he did it on the Jags
Okay.
the entire time before he came to the Chiefs. We don't need to talk about this. He was
But
just
he's
never
not
called
doing
because
it now.
he wasn't on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he was in the spotlight.
It was Chris Collinsworth calling it out one primetime game, and then every ref looked at it. There's still a ton of NFL
how
teams
has that
do it
not worked
constantly.
with the tush push? I feel like we call that the tush push. Tony Romo called that the tush push, and they
Because-
still.
Yeah, we've talked about that to
Okay,
nauseam,
okay,
and I
okay,
don't want to
okay.
talk about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's because they start early, and it's just it's.
But Chanel did great tonight.
yes.
Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Chanel on the
absolutely.
defense did
Yeah, yeah.
great.
no arguments.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but here, quick shout out because he never comes here live. Shout out to
Lucas.
Luke, my cousin from
Oh,
Omaha.
Luke.
Love you, brother. But like normally we don't do this, but we're doing it for you just because this is your first time showed up live.
And hello to the youngin.
Yes.
All right, back to the show.
Back
here.
to
All right.
point.
Love you, Chloe.
So I still saw Pat sitting on the sideline. I didn't like that. I want him to be back to what he was when he was younger, just talking to everybody, pumping up his team, getting them going. But I saw Goff doing the same thing on the sideline, and just like
So later on in the game, and I don't know if you were over at the computer doing something, setting something up at that point, but they did show him on the sideline, and he was looking at his tablet, and this was at a later point in the game when things were a little bit more consistent and things were going a little bit better for Mahomes and the offense. And so I wonder if what we're seeing is when things aren't going well, he knows what didn't go well. What he wants to see is things that are going well and things that are working, and he wants to see how else maybe he can exploit that play if they were to run it again. You know, they already had a successful, throw to Kelsey in the flat on the right. And, when they ran that play, maybe, Thornton was open up in the middle too, and they didn't see that. So they'd run that play again. They make sure to cover Kelsey better, and Thornton is open again because he didn't burn him the first time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that may have something to do with the tablet situation. It still doesn't explain why he's not over there trying to pump up his team. Maybe they think that's a little played out. Maybe they think it's a little cheesy at this point. I don't know. Maybe he thinks that they're just grown-ass men and they don't need that, and it might be insulting to them. I don't want to put too much into it.
It's easier to pump up your team when you have momentum and you're like moving and grooving and like.
But I think Bob's point is that back in the day when things weren't moving and grooving and they didn't have momentum,
Mahomes
was able to get over there and kind of
Right.
fill that in.
He was talking to his line. He was
You know,
talking to
whatever was missing,
receivers,
yeah.
He was like patting them
Almost-
back. He was walking
Yeah.
back
Almost
and forth.
created out of nothing. Create the momentum out of nothing.
And I feel like that was created out of history, right? And our recent history does not support that. And I feel like he struggles. He almost has like this bias of like, how am I going to pump up my team if I don't actually like, if we haven't actually done that recently? And I feel like he struggles with that. And that's fair. Like, we haven't done this recently. Like, back in the day, it was like, hey guys, come on, we got this. And we had come back in 13 seconds from the Bills, right? But we haven't done that. We just lost to the Jags. And it was a struggle. Like, we should have won that game.
Yeah.
But I don't think that.
I mean, we're like
him
one bad play away from
pumping
being
us
6-0 in those 3 games that we lost. Like,
But he probably, if you saw sideline footage of him during that, I'm sure he was like pumping up his team.
no, who?
No,
Mahomes?
we had.
No,
we've talked about it before.
During
yeah,
the Jags game?
Yeah, during
Yeah.
the Jags game, he
We
wasn't pumping anybody
actually
up.
talked about
He
the
really-
fact that he actually was.
No,
No,
he
he
was.
wasn't.
He was over there looking at his tablet and looking, and that was so. Bob's point has always been he's not pumping up his team and he's not studying on the sideline, and that's something he always used to be doing. I think I've got a running theory of why the tablet issue is the way it is now. I really do kind of have some belief in that. But the pumping up his team, to me, I think it is in 2018, 2019, and 2020, he was taking leadership of a team is not an overnight thing. It was something he had to build up through winning and culture and acting like you've been there before, right? And so he had to go and rally the team around him. But now he's the leader of this team. He is the one guy that everybody rallies around.
And
I don't think he needs to rally the guys around him anymore. If he thinks that somebody's doing something wrong, I don't think he's afraid to go over and have a conversation with the guy real quick. But I don't think we see that because we're not going to see him, going over and getting somebody's face like Tom Brady used to do.
And I want him to do what, like, study your, like, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, go and talk to your line. Go and talk to your guys. Like, I think that's a big thing, and I think he needs to get back to it. And I think he can. I've seen it this season. He keeps going back into the thing where he like shuts kind of down. And I honestly think it was Eric Bieniemy up his ass. Like those times being like, hey, we're gonna go over the tablet here while we're on the sideline. And it was always Eric Bieniemy right next to him, pointing stuff out. And I don't think Matt Nagy is not Nagy. He needs to be a lot more Nagy. He
If
needs
you-
to nag
Oh,
the
I
crap
see
out of
what you did
Mahomes.
there.
Have you ever seen Nagy talk to Mahomes on the sidelines?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I haven't now that you mentioned it.
I've seen him talking to him, but
yeah.
it's more
I've
of
seen
a.
him talking to him at training camp.
It doesn't
and
look
practices,
like not like
never on
long
the sideline.
conversations. It's just kind of like a little note here or
Like, have
there.
you ever seen him coaching him on the sidelines?
I haven't been paying attention.
To
You
be
know what?
fair-
I bet you Nagy doesn't think he's. That's a good point.
Like, I don't
He doesn't
know.
think he doesn't think he is good enough to coach him.
Who's the quarterback's coach?
Well, it used to be Nagy.
I know.
I mean,
So
that's
who
how
is it
Nagy
now?
got started the NFL. Was he was the quarterback coach for Alex Smith, and he has talked about how Alex Smith trained him.
Yeah, but who is now? Who's the quarterback's coach?
I don't know.
I wish it was Alex Smith.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly. But
Or Alex
Okay.
Gordon.
I'm gonna highlight more positive. Kelsey came out first drive.
He had a drop.
Okay.
I'm
First
just-
drive.
I'm just kidding.
First
I'm just
drive.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Leave me alone.
I'm
First
just kidding.
drive. Had a huge yards after the catch.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
Yeah.
did it.
He also
Hyped
got
up, and
stopped
he
right
was
at the
hyped up,
right at the 1
right?
yard line on one with full momentum.
He
just
had
got
Okay.
he had one drop. He
He did.
was targeted 7 times. He caught 6 of them for 78 yards. Our number 1 wide receiver,
Yeah.
13-yard average, 17-yard long. He got a lot of yak in this game, and I was praying that one catch that he'd catch because he bobbled it a bit, and then he did the same thing. Oh, thank God I did that. So
yeah.
He did. He went.
That
He looked at the
was-
ball and he like talked to it like, "Oh, thank you very much.
that
Thank you, Jobu."
That was awesome. But Kelsey looks like he's coming back, so I'm not worried about that. Pacheco looks like he's coming back.
Dude.
He looked like the Pop of old. He never was a break tackle guy, but he actually had some vision. He was actually getting to his holes. He was pushing like he was angry at the ground once again. That was cool for me.
Now I said that exactly last week, and I think that we saw a little bit more of that tonight. I really wanted to. I was hoping to see just a little bit more from Pacheco as far as that is concerned. I don't think the game really played out that way for him, but when he had his opportunities, I was impressed. It looks like he kind of reminded me almost a little bit of Priest Holmes. He was just a little bit more patient, willing to let that hole. He just a little bit. I said a little bit, Bob. He didn't stop and like read the paper, drink some coffee, and then go hit the line.
Priest Holmes was like, "Here, hold my beer. No one's gonna touch me as I walk on through here. Here, I'll put the ball out to the end." Like, I mean, I think that's a little unfair to Priest.
No. I'm not talking about scoring the touchdown. I'm talking about getting through the line.
I know that's
when
what
he
I'm
went
talking
through
about.
the line.
Priest Holmes just never got touched when he ran. Like
Well,
he was.
he also had Willie Rofe.
He
open
also
up
had
holes
one of the
for him.
best offensive lines in history. Yes, but he was a very graceful finesse runner.
But there were also
Pacheco's
times
an angry at the ground runner.
A lot of times he had to wait for those holes to open up, and a back like Barry Word from back in the day, that might be stretching it for most people to remember who that was, but he's the kind of guy that would just bull rush right into the back of his offensive line because that's where the hole was supposed to be, and I feel like that's who Pacheco has been in the past.
Yeah.
But and I think he's been working on it a lot. You talked about his vision all the way up until 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we haven't been talking about it a whole lot. And I think that he is really focusing on that, and especially last week and especially this week, I think we're seeing it more and more. And I think that's a
Okay.
big thing for
I
his
still don't
Okay,
think
hold
he
on.
has vision, though.
Let me ask
think he
this.
has that.
Really?
I think
So-
he's hitting his holes correctly.
So I think he's probably been better at hitting his holes, right? But I also want you to consider, okay, I want you to consider the fact that Moore was in at left tackle. He did run to the left a decent amount. And before tonight, Moore had been in for 20 snaps, and 15 of them were run plays. And so I think he probably,
You're saying he might be more of a run.
yeah, he's maybe more of a run blocker, right? And
Maybe.
so maybe he helped Pacheco too. But I also think
Could be.
Pacheco showed a little more oomph tonight. Like he has,
That's what
I think the last
I
2
saw.
weeks. But I don't want to discount the fact that Moore is more of a run blocker than he is a pass blocker. So from what he's been here. But
I'll
that's
say
all.
from what I saw from Moore tonight makes me a lot more comfortable going forward through this season with the depth of this offensive line
Yeah.
and how they're going to
Agreed.
perform.
Yeah, well, and then Hunt's improving his average, even though he's still only getting chances in short yardage situations. He's up to 3.8 this week on 6 carries for 23 yards.
Which is, I think, better than last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's been
gradually
getting better.
Yeah.
And it's because he's making the best of the carries that he's getting allowed to do, which is pretty huge.
I will say there was one play where we thought it was Hunt because it looked like Hunt.
Yeah. Pacheco's
But it
hair
was
is a little bit
Pacheco.
longer. A little bit longer.
Well, I'm just saying the actual like run, like they like leaped over and like brute forced their way through, and we thought it was Hunt, but it was Pacheco.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just to let you guys know, if you guys are enjoying this, please like, subscribe, share this out wherever you're watching it, whether it be X, whether it be Facebook. There's no one watching on Facebook. I've got to check that out. Something's wrong with our group there. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, share it out. But yeah, just help us out, like and subscribe. If you guys have questions, please get them in there. We are starring things, and we will get to those soon.
Yeah, we're not ignoring you. We're saving them, storing them up.
So yeah, and then I still think that we really need to get Brashard Smith involved more. I mean, he was involved in the passing game today a bit, but I mean, you just look at what he's got going on, and I would really like to see him getting some of the carries Pacheco's getting. And I know, I'm just saying, let's give him a shot. I would love to see that. Still don't know where the heck Mitchell is. I don't know why. He's basically, was he a healthy scratch again today, or did he?
Not active.
Yeah.
That's all it says. He wasn't active.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell, I don't know what we're doing with him and why he's just a healthy scratch every week. I'm not sure. But, let's give the glass man a chance to shatter. I mean, let's just see let's see what he can do. I just don't understand why.
I like that. That was good.
I just he's shown us that he could be a really good, really good in the league. So I don't know why. Oh, I guess our pup needs to go out. Yeah. See you in a bit here, Mel. What else? What else do we have here?
We could talk about Butker.
Yeah, dude, Butker. Oh my god.
What the heck, Butker? There is something going. It's a mental thing. They're extra points. It's not like he's, it's something in his head. I don't know, man. I thought it was the, going down to his knee, and he just doesn't feel, it just doesn't feel right, or he just, not that his knee's hurting him. It's just his natural motion wants to take him down to his knee. I don't know. It's just a theory. I'm throwing something out there. It's clearly not anything that they've either thought about or want to try. So, all right. I will say this. If not him, then who? You're going to go out and get, at best, the 33rd best kicker in the NFL, and is he going to miss one every game? I don't know. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of faith that he's going to miss less than one or miss more than one per game, because if he misses only one per game, then you're getting exactly what you're getting from Butker. So what's the point in that? At least if you keep Butker, you know what his ceiling is, because he's done it for years. So if he can get that right, at least he's got the potential to come back to who he was, as opposed to getting some guy off the street that probably isn't going to be a whole lot better, if no better at all.
Well, and that's the whole thing. I really want to stress to Kansas City, there's no getting rid of Butker. It's not going to happen for at least 2 years after this year. So your best bet is to support Butker and really just try and help him get his game right. Basically just support, kiss his ass, because there's no getting rid of him. He's the highest paid kicker in the NFL, I believe, still. And he's going to be for the next 2 years. So we're not getting rid of him. And he's, I believe, the most accurate kicker currently in the NFL, even with the misses. And then on top of that, He's like the third most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL. So your best bet is to just really support him and hope that he gets out of his rut, because it is weird. But there's no really getting rid of him.
I don't know, man. I think if he can't get out of the rut, I can see a future where they would just cut their losses at the end of a season, but definitely not anything in the season.
I mean, I would have to look it up, but I mean, we're
Yeah,
talking
I could
we're
be wrong,
talking
but
like a huge dead cap number. I mean, they'd have to draft a kicker to be able to make it work.
I'll tell you what, man. If he Lynn Elliott's in the playoffs, there is going to be a calling for this man's head, especially with the fans. And I know the fans don't mean anything. They're not, but fans buy tickets. Fans support their team. Fans buy jerseys.
Butker's
Fans have a say.
Yeah, Butker's one of the most popular people among fans, especially the ladies.
You give him another 8 weeks of missing at least one kick per game, that will change.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely will change.
I watched them freaking out on him, and all through training camp, him and Matt Arrowhead. I don't know why the girls just love the kickers, but they do. But yeah, besides him, Worthy was good, but his stats, like, he seemed a lot better than his stats show. He was targeted 4 times, caught 2 of them for 20 yards, 10 each. Or wait, no, average 10. His long was 14. His second one was 6, and then he had an end around rush for 6. But it seemed like he did a lot more, but he didn't. And
I think it was the timing of those plays.
well, what I'm trying to bring up is, where's Thornton, dude?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, just because Worthy's in, Thornton should not be out. Like, Thornton should be in. Thornton, I'm telling you, I think Thornton is the second best receiver. I said people misunderstood me last week because I said I think he's the best receiver on the Chiefs. And I mean that right now without Rashee Rice here. Like, I think he's the second best under Rashee Rice, and he needs to be getting more looks. Yes, Worthy's awesome. Worthy's fast. But, dude, I think Thornton's better.
There's a part of me that thinks that Andy Reid is just keeping an ace in the pocket. But here's my problem with that theory is I've thought that the last couple of seasons going into the playoffs that he was keeping plays in his pocket. We were doing less of the trick plays, less of the screen plays because they were saving it.
Sorry.
Because they were saving it for the playoffs, but then we didn't see it in the playoffs. So I really, honestly, I truly believed that they were saving plays in the past, but I don't really think they are. I don't know why. Thornton has done nothing but prove that he should be integrated into this offense more and more every week, especially with Rice not here.
And all I could blame it on is Nagy, dude.
But he didn't.
And I hate to nag on this, but
Nagy doesn't throw the ball.
But Thornton wasn't out there.
He was.
No, he wasn't out there. Like, I saw a whole bunch of 3 wide receiver sets, and I saw Juju, Worthy, and Hollywood. But let's talk about Hollywood now. Hollywood
had
always
some balls.
up to no good. Hollywood's looking like the guy we thought he was going to be when we brought him here. 4 for 4 for 45 yards, 20-yard long, and 2 TDs. Nah. Like, I mean, dude, like, there's so many awesome things to talk about. Like, but, Thornton, man, guys, please, Nagy, figure it out, dude. Like, get Thornton and Worthy on the field at the same time. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know what more we can say. I mean, even last week he was contributing, so it's a little weird that he wasn't. Maybe Mel had a good point earlier. It looked like they might have been running plays to kind of give Jalen Moore a little bit less to do, especially earlier in the game, and maybe
Yeah.
that meant that Thornton wasn't going to get a whole lot of attention over there.
Yeah,
It's hard to say.
I just don't get it. Like when you have both of them, you could make so many mismatches, and it seems like I don't know, man.
Okay, but
I
we
really
didn't
am
go
on the
deep.
team that
We
I
didn't go
think Matt
deep to-
Nagy's a little. I'm
We
pretty
didn't
much
go
done.
deep at all. Did we ever
No.
go deep?
No, our longest was 30 yards.
I mean, just like our
And that was Juju Smith-Schuster,
attempts.
Yeah, it was.
and that was Yak that got
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't go deep in general, so that's where Thornton was cut out of the game.
This game was so weird to me. Everything on paper said to me. First of all, I predicted a Lions win tonight. Right, that's what I saw on paper, and I saw the only possibility of the Chiefs pulling out a victory tonight was by throwing out the long ball. I mean, they had 4 of the top 5 cornerbacks were out of the game. Like that's the only thing that makes sense, and we didn't see any of that. None of that worked for the Chiefs at all. The Chiefs had the running game going much better tonight, I think.
But they didn't try.
Right, yeah, exactly. And that doesn't compute to me. I mean, they know what the weaknesses of the Lions were. They know what the strong points are, and it was just weird, man. I honestly think that their defense played. If I didn't know the deficiencies that they had going into this game, then I wouldn't have known by watching their play on the field. I think they played very well. I think they played like they looked like a defense that had all been playing together for a long time together.
That's why I said right at the start of the podcast, I really think it's the Chiefs defense once again, just like in the Ravens game, that really made the difference. And
Oh, for sure.
that's
But
cool.
can we agree that the offense is back, baby?
I didn't think the
Like-
offense was gone last week.
The offense the last 2 weeks has been great.
I wouldn't say great. I would say getting better and steadily
Okay.
improving.
Okay.
I think Mahomes is starting to trust that offensive line a little bit more. I think today, early in the game, he wasn't sure because Josh Simmons wasn't there, but I think he figured it out pretty quick that he was going to have at least a little bit of time. It wasn't going to
Yeah.
be like Kingsley at left tackle early on last
But
season.
I think he also knew Hutchinson was coming in, right? He was like, he came into the game thinking he was going to have pressure.
But he didn't have as much pressure as I
Yeah.
thought he was going to have.
Agreed.
So I think that's probably
But he did
pretty
get
similar.
sacked 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he took a couple sacks, but
3.
Okay.
And we got 1 sack on Goff, but we had more quarterback pressures on Goff.
I didn't think that was going to happen either.
So, but yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people are bitching about Karlaftis. Like they should be bitching about Chris Jones because Karlaftis is one of the higher. Like he's in the top 10 of quarterback pressures in the NFL, and pressures are what matters. Sacks are sassy and cool, but pressures are what actually tell the true
I
tale.
mean, Jones
But
is
can I ask you
double
guys?
teamed more often than not.
Are we done with our notes? Can we start taking questions from chat?
I did. The only other thing that I had noted was I didn't pay attention to Jones all night, but I did pay attention to him a lot. There was that one play where it looked like he lined up on the outside, but there were only 2 guys on that defensive line because it was late in the second quarter, and I don't think that was
didn't
as
see
much of an
Jones.
issue,
Yeah, I didn't.
if any at all, tonight.
Yeah, I think Jones, maybe Spags has gotten through to him. Maybe his teammates have gotten through to him, but I didn't see Jones being a problem for us. You know, when like I saw Jones like really pushing the interior and getting a lot of pressure on the inside, and that's what we need him to do, and hopefully he sticks to that.
But I also didn't see him at all hyped up and pumped up and in a good mood on the sideline. I almost feel like he felt, he looked a little bit defeated. Like
He looked pissy, yeah.
Like Spags got
But
to him, and
he
he was
did
like,
get
"Fine,
hurt.
I'm not going to do it."
He did get hurt though, so like
He did get a little hurt.
when
He
I
didn't-
saw him on the sidelines, he was kind of wincing from pain and stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to, because I think he played well. I think he did really
Yeah.
well. I'm glad he stayed on the inside, or at
Okay,
least for the most
so
part.
The only other things I have is Hollywood
Oh, we talked about that.
had
when
a
you
great,
were out.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know how much you talked about it, but his end run touchdown. Cheers to that.
My
Juju,
fantasy team thanks you.
really awesome just throughout, and especially the first half, like really got some great, like I don't know, clutch catches.
Oh yeah, Juju. I mean, Juju was solid.
Yeah.
He's been
Chelsea
solid all
with
year.
his yards after catch that we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw him last week. I think we made a comment last week. And then this week, way to go.
Well, speaking of Juju,
Yeah.
we have King Jamie with a question in the chat here.
Q, what the hell was that fight about after the game? Did Juju say something?
No, Juju did not. Juju did what he was supposed to do and lay the hammer down on Branch.
After he pulled a bitch move like a big loser.
What happened was Branch was walking on to the field, walking past Pat Mahomes.
This was after the game is over.
Pat put his hand out, tried to shake his hand. He kept walking, and Pat was like, "All right." He just tapped him on the shoulder. Was like, "Okay, good game." And then Juju was like, "Bro, what was that? Why don't you tell him good? Why don't you tell him good game?" And then Branch threw a punch, threw an open-handed palm punch to Juju's helmet, hit him hard, and Juju was like, "Ah, bro, you think because I dance on TikTok that I'm not gonna come whoop your ass?" And Juju came after him, and I was like, "That's my dog."
So
and, yeah, and then the whole teams got into it, but yeah, Juju did what he was supposed to do.
You heard it here first.
Juju didn't start it; he finished
So
it.
a lot of one thing about Bob that a lot of you don't know is that he reads lips, so he was able to narrate exactly what Juju said.
God.
That was word for word verbatim
I actually learned
with the bros and everything.
I actually learned that I read lips during COVID because I couldn't understand everybody all of a sudden, and I realized it was like, oh, I read lips. That's why I can't understand people on
Yeah.
the phone and stuff too.
Jason was totally messing
Oh,
with
but
you.
I actually do read lips.
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Yeah, no, I'm actually telling you what he said. You thought it was. You
don't actually know what he said.
You
couldn't
thought
s-
I was kidding. No, I'm telling you what he
You
said.
couldn't see his lips from that angle.
Okay, yes, I could.
Oh,
I
okay.
could, yes, I could.
All right.
But yeah.
The
yeah.
angle I saw was from like the back of Juju's head. But
Juju, yeah, just because he does those lame dances on TikTok,
They're not
doesn't
lame.
mean he can't handle himself in a fight.
those are not lame dances.
I'm kind of like that too. I might not look like much, but
Let's go to comments. What's up, Witchy?
I'm gonna go.
All right.
Go grab something. Check out the comments. I have a couple starred too. Witchy, what's up? Witchy, welcome. Welcome to the hour of conquering. Oh,
Whoa, these. Oh, okay. These are still starred from last week or from our last live stream. Okay.
no, they're not.
This top one is.
No, it's,
I
Yeah.
promise you.
there's no possible way.
I'll show you when you get over here. Okay, so wait. Why did you say? Okay, yeah, that's from last week. Cause that was 7:34 p.m. We weren't. I mean, we didn't start till almost 10:30. So Hell Chief started off with plenty of Chiefs fans thought we'd be 2-4. Okay, well. You're right, but are you talking about like before this game started, or are you talking about before the season started? Because before the season started, I definitely Okay, I definitely did not think they'd be 2-4 when the season started, but I did say I did say that I thought that they could start 2-4 and even 1-5 and still make the playoffs. I still think that could have happened.
He's talking about.
I know that okay. So Bob is over there screaming at me the same thing over and over. He's talking about me. I understand.
This week.
Right, this week. I got it. So he's talking about this week because I predicted that the Chiefs would lose. So I'm glad I was wrong. And honestly, that's kind of why I predicted that the Chiefs would lose, because I didn't think I could mentally take a loss after having so much hope that they could win against the Lions. But the Lions, I know they hadn't played anybody, or that's the big claim. They haven't played anybody. Somebody left the refrigerator open. Your dog's about to get in there. So, sorry, Hell Chief, that Bob is in here to berate me for talking about.
Yeah,
He's talking about me predicting a loss.
he
for this
wasn't
week.
talking about you specifically. He said plenty of Chiefs fans. You, Steve from all. Or not, sorry,
Mike.
Steve. So sorry, Steve. Mike from all Chiefed Up predicted the Lions to win too. Like, no, he's talking about
That was a
lot
bad
of
take.
Chiefs. He's talking about a lot of Chiefs fans.
I had a bad take. I admit it.
Predicted it, and I was scared, but I did feel pretty strongly we were going to win. So like, I did feel that, but yeah. So to end the question, Juju just took care of business, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Good on you, Juju. And yeah, we don't let that crap happen. Branch should be suspended at least one game for that absurdity at the end of the game. Bro, it's okay to be the second best in the NFL. It's okay. It's okay.
I think a lot of people at this point
I'm kidding.
would argue they're not
there's-
even the second best.
We still don't, like, the season's still going crazy.
It's still young.
The Eagles have just lost 2 in a row. And one of them, the Giants, who we beat, and like they beat the Chargers. Like, we're still in the infancy of the season. There's no way to know. It's a marathon, not a race. Like, it's a joke that I'm just making. Like, but one thing is for sure, the Lions are a good team, and we just beat them, and we needed that. And Rashee Rice is coming back next week. Like, and we're 3-3. That's not too shabby. Coming back in with a much easier schedule going forward. It's just something to be excited about. But yeah, like, what's our next one? Guys, keep getting your questions in. We're going back to the beginning to try and grab one. Okay, so here's the next one. Lions
Are overrated.
I don't think so. Yeah, they didn't play a lot of huge teams.
I think you just kind of covered that by saying,
Like,
the season's in its infancy. We're still figuring things out. We always go into the season with the preconceived notion of, this team is going to be good because they were good last year, and they kept all their key pieces. But sometimes it's the Jags, the just a guys that really are making the difference. And when those guys are switching around, that can really change the chemistry of a team. And it's this way every season. There's always 2 or 3 teams that were shit last year, and they're surprising everybody this year. And there's always a few teams that were good last year that just aren't.
Yep.
So,
and like, to go to this same one, King Jamie has a comment that pertains to this exact subject.
to be fair, the Lions haven't beat a team who isn't a scrub this season.
And we talked about that a little bit in our pregame stuff. But they still scored 34.5 points a game. Like, that's not something to shrug off, But at the same time, I will say, Dan Campbell likes to run the score up. That's why I wanted to run the score up on him. So yes, there is that type of thing. But either way, they're a good team, and they lost both all offense and defensive coordinators in the offseason. So you really can't.
Both of them?
Yeah, they lost both of their
Yeah,
coordinators.
and I mean, you really have to give them. I mean, they're a good team. Period. I mean, I've got like two of them on my fantasy team, and I'm 5-0. You know what? Maybe 6-0 coming there.
I don't have any.
Were you just looking for a reason to humble brag on your fantasy
Yeah.
team? I think you
I
were
was
just
like,
looking for.
I don't have any
You were like,
Lions.
I finally got it in right before the hour mark.
I'm 1-5, so.
I mean,
it's
I'm
fine.
pretty used to winning at fantasy football.
Let's
Yeah.
move on, shall we?
All right, so what do we got here? All right, Brian Brett down. We already covered that. Yeah, and then the lines of fraud. I mean, yeah.
Did you
Got
see the
that
top
one.
of the list though?
I
never
mean,
mind.
my
It's
list
gone.
just shows this week. I think it's something weird with your browser.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, see, I don't show all that extra stuff. All right, we covered that. We got a Brian. What's up, Brian? We got Brian Parrott in the house.
Have we lost any games on missed kicks since Marty Ball? I mean,
Well, that's the
I'm
whole.
sure we've-
that's the whole point, right?
I'm sure we've lost a couple of games here and there, but to me, it's the important games that are, the playoffs. And I think that Lynn Elliott year, I think that was Marty Ball, back in Marty Ball when he lost that playoff game.
Well, and that's the stupidity of Marty Ball. Like, Marty Ball was dumb, guys. Like, I wasn't a Chiefs fan during Marty Ball. I thought that, like, I was a kid, but, like, at the same time, I was like, this is lame. And it was. And I became a Chiefs fan when Gunther took over. Like, that's when I became a Chiefs fan. And that's when they started to suck. But I was like, at least it's not Marty Ball. Like, Marty Ball sucked.
What? Can we define Marty Ball?
Run.
It's
pass.
okay. So yeah, it wasn't all run
Run
pass.
on first,
it was
second
if
down.
you get a lead, run.
No.
run.
It was literally just run.
I mean, they did.
it was literally run
They
on
did some-
first,
they
run
did
on
some
second,
passing.
throw on third, maybe.
Okay.
It was a lot of running.
If it was more than 3rd and
So
5,
it's very unpredictable.
yeah,
It was very predictable.
So annoying.
Yeah,
it
very
was
predictable.
so annoying.
Yep.
Oh, it was bad. It
But
was,
he got to the playoffs every year.
yeah. I mean, it like,
But
he
it would
just
that
never
would be
won
it.
in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
that would be
Similar.
it. Once he got to the playoffs, it was a loss.
Yeah, it was literally I love Marty. I have a signed, poster signed from Marty just about 6 months before he died, but still I just yeah.
All right.
Like, I'm more of a fan of the Dick Vermeil style.
Oh yeah.
Which is the Lions style.
Yeah.
All
All
it's more of
offense.
The Bengals style. Yeah, it's more of the Bengals style.
Mm-hmm.
Offense. We can't stop anybody on defense.
we have a defense.
No.
But yeah, like, yeah. Oh yeah, and Brian corrects me too. Marty Ball was a lot about the defense. Like the defenses were phenomenal during Marty's game. He was more worried about like defense than offense, but
But he had a good offensive line.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what Brian's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because he wanted to run the ball.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very boring version of football.
Kind of like the tush push.
Oh no, not even don't you insult Marty. Okay, I was talking smack on boring.
No,
but
he-
do not
Okay.
insult Marty with the butt.
He
with the
fielded
butt
a
grab.
football team
Okay.
and ran football plays.
Marty would
Okay.
not
It was
would
just-
not be letting dudes touch dudes' butts. He just wouldn't do that.
Sorry.
Well, the quarterback did.
What is this? What is this from Witchy?
Yeah, it's bad when your coach steps up and apologizes for your stupidity. I wonder if Dan Campbell apologized for Branch after the game.
I'm
Is that what
sure
you're
he
talking about?
Did he?
Yeah.
We didn't watch
didn't
any of
the
that. Yeah,
postgame yet.
we wanted to get on here and start so that Buck could go home before.
Okay, well, and I mean that sounds like a Dan Campbell thing to do. Like the only knock I have on him is that he runs up the score. I mean, he's a phenomenal coach.
Yeah, I love the way he
came
runs his
in,
team.
Changed
Yeah.
the Lions immediately.
He seems like a respectful
They came
guy.
out his first game ever as a coach. He freaking beat the Chiefs, the best team in the NFL. I mean, like that it was nuts. You know, like it was like, oh shoot. Dan's here. Okay. Dan's the real deal, you know, like, so yeah. So I don't have anything to say about him, but Branch has been, I mean, a complete jackass his entire career. From what I understand, he's been, you know, fined like a whole bunch. Like he sounds like a complete jackass. So maybe a Lions suspension would be something that could really, you know,
You know
hit
what?
home.
I'm just glad it happened
Would a team ever
after the
do that?
game.
Lions suspension?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, they suspend him rather than the NFL.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just glad it happened after the game. Like, it
don't know.
wasn't anything that had to do with our win. But now you're an asshole, and you...
I love that Chris Collinsworth like totally called out the refs too, because the game was over, but it had only been over for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And he was like, "The refs are gone; they're running off the field."
That was pretty good.
What are they going to do? The game's
awesome.
over. What are they
Yeah.
going to? You know, the next game you start with 15 yards back. I mean, it's over. Let the
This is
cops
not my
deal
problem.
with it at this
This is not my
point.
problem. This is not my
Jamie.
problem.
King Jamie, I mean, come on. He wasn't named after a stick. He was named after a twig.
What are you
Oh,
talking about?
Branch.
Oh,
Branch.
yeah.
Oh,
That
man.
was lost
so
on me.
cute.
For a
Yeah,
second.
I should have read it out. I just broke my own rule, putting a
Oh,
comment on
Brian said FCC. Did we say something wrong?
FCC.
Yeah, you know me.
FCC, yeah, you know me. I don't know.
He's going to tell us what that means, and it's going to be some smart-ass remark.
That part about a tree that falls off.
Yeah,
All right.
Branch.
Anybody else have any questions? I've got I don't know if I have.
Oh,
any.
F. Chris Collinsworth. I told
That
you.
is pretty
I told
good.
You. I told you. I like Chris Collinsworth.
I do too, and I
He's no
like,
Tony Romo, but
He didn't mean to. I mean, Jawan Taylor should have fixed the problem after Chris called him out. But
he also called out the Eagles. You know, when they started that tush push
Brady.
stuff.
That was Brady.
Well, Chris did too.
no,
I think.
Brady finally Chris called it out
Yeah.
in the beginning
Yeah.
of how dumb it.
But
mean,
yeah,
I
F.
like
Troy
Chris.
Aikman. Thank you, Jamie. F. Troy Aikman. He's the worst. Get him out.
Yeah.
Troy is an idiot. I mean, he really is. He really is an
I
He's,
don't
idiot.
he's
know.
not an
Okay,
idiot. He's just a
okay,
really
okay.
He's an
boring
idiot.
broadcaster.
No, he's not.
that
I mean, when
brings
you've
up
been hit
points
the head
that are
too long. I mean, you know.
All right. Let's move on.
Tony Romo had been hitting the head way too long too, and he's freaking great.
Yeah, I don't.
F. Carl Sheffers. All right,
no
you know he's
turnovers
gonna
in the
say
game,
F.
too.
Andy Heck here in a minute.
Yeah, no.
No, dude. Okay. What about the fourth down stops we did? Was it?
What about the fourth downs that we went for?
I mean, we only missed one, right?
I think that was a little bit because of Butker. I think
I
a
don't
little bit
think
was
so.
a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm not. It wasn't all because of Butker. I think they wanted to go for
we
it.
were 2 for 3 on fourth downs. We missed one, but they were 0 for 2, and they're the fourth down team.
Yeah, they are.
We stopped them, and that was so huge for everybody in the stands.
Yeah.
And you just hear the oh.
That's
I
what I'm
mean-
saying. Is we went for it because they go for it. That was the vibe. The
I think Patrick
fourth
Mahomes
downs-
always wants to go for
Well,
it.
of course he does.
He's going to fight for
But-
it. I think Andy gave.
But
Yeah, maybe.
Andy's like, no, Pat, we'll get it back. right?
No, you can't play on a broken ankle. Yes, I
What's
can.
up? What's up, Gumby? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
Feeling great after that game. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. We're kind of like Hollywood, always up to no good.
All right, Brian, you're not going to leave me hanging on this FRG, are you? It's like you won't tell us the answer until we ask. Fine. FRG, what does it mean?
Fine, Brian.
Roger Goodell.
Oh, fire Roger Goodell.
No,
Okay.
F Roger Goodell.
I bet it's fire.
Well, they've been saying F all these other people. I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying.
Well,
Why would you want to do that?
well,
Ooh, that's a good comment by King Jamie. Put that one up. Wouldn't it be fun to have Jason Kelsey doing the calls instead of your Aikman?
Yes.
That'd be
yeah,
freaking
I mean,
awesome.
I'd love to have Jason Kelsey doing the calls any day of the week.
yeah. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why.
I
Some
think-
of these guys. I mean, literally. So Troy has been an absolute moron. I mean, he's one of the ones that came out and said the refs were helping the Chiefs. I mean, it's an idiotic stupidity thing to say.
It's a horrible
and
take.
you're part of the representation. Like, you could definitely point out, yes, there's definitely been times that they made bad calls, but point it out as that, not as the refs helping and help a idiotic narrative. That's where he's a moron, and he shouldn't be on. He really shouldn't be on.
My thing about Jason Kelsey is so we already see him doing some of the halftime stuff and some of the pregame stuff. My guess is with the popularity of New Heights, I don't think that he wants to take on what it would take to be a color analyst. I mean, they do a lot of research. They spend a lot of time with their assistants and looking over film. I mean, they have a tough job, and
Their assistants really provide that for them.
sure they do. But they sound like fools if they don't know anything about those teams. So they really have to. And I think Jason Kelsey is the kind of guy that's going to take and put 105% into it if he accepts that responsibility, because he doesn't want to sound like a jackass. So I think that he's bitten off as much as he wants to chew in that realm. But I really do. I 100% honestly believe that any network would gladly love to have Jason Kelsey in the network booth, in the broadcast booth during games. He's an awesome personality. Everybody loves him.
I mean,
The few people that hate him watch him just to hope that he screws up.
It's literally like it's weird for me because I started watching New Heights. I didn't even know who he was, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, dude, this dude is me. Like, he's literally grew up watching the same movies. He has the same I've rarely found that he has a different opinion than mine, and I'm just like, I feel like single white female with him. I'm just like, if I ever meet him, I have to not tell him that we have everything in common, because it would just be weird. It'd be like, okay, Bob, just, stand back a little bit. But like, we literally are like the same person. It's absolutely nuts. Like, just at the egg. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I absolutely would love him on the broadcast, and I think it'd be great, but I think he'd be fine. Like, they have a lot of people that provide them the information. Yes, they go over it, but it's the same deal for him on Monday night, talking about the game and the halftime. Yeah, like, so.
Oh, he'd be great.
Yeah.
No,
He knows he'd be great.
I think it's. Excuse me. I'm kind of going to compare it to what Mel does here with us. She watches the game, and then she comments on what she sees during the game, and that's a lot of what Jason Kelsey does, as opposed to prepping, doing.
Maybe what color would be too, though.
I don't think so. See, I think color would be a little bit more prep.
Yeah, color is more prep than play-by-play. Because play-by-play...
Well, no, we're not talking about. We're talking about color. We're not talking about
Play-by-play
at
is
all.
usually
like,
the other guy.
We're just talking about color versus the desk on Monday Night Football.
Oh.
We're talking about the differences between those two jobs.
Oh, I think color is more challenging. I think you have to do more research for color.
Well, you have to talk
Because
more. You have to talk for like 3 hours
you have
straight,
to be
right?
Yeah.
prepared to talk more. Like, that's the thing, is that you could prepare
Well, have
for
you ever seen?
3 hours worth of stuff to talk
I mean,
about.
I think Jason Kelsey I think Jason Kelsey
Yeah.
is just like me. Like I'm saying, like I've had a lot in common with him. I have to like actively make myself shut up so you guys can talk.
Yeah.
Like, or else it would just be me talking all the time.
But we need to hear,
Like I think he could do it.
yes, but he needs to be relaying credible things during that.
So
color
if you
time.
watch Kevin Harlan, I've seen some of the, if you watch him doing his play calling in the middle of the games, he's pulling out stats out of nowhere, right? Well, watch the guys that are sitting around him. He's got 2 or 3 guys that sit right next to him. They all have 3 or 4 pieces of paper each. And while something is happening, one of the guys will grab one of the pieces of paper and he'll point to a specific thing, and Kevin will bring that up. Now, Kevin is going to want to spend time and at least be familiar with everything that is on every one of those sheets. And I think that's what a good play caller or a color guy is at least going to want to have some kind of prep. And I think that's going to be a lot more than just commenting on what you saw during the game.
See,
I
and
could
don't
be
know
way
about
wrong.
that. I think Kevin has to have enough trust with the people that he's accepting those cards from. And I think Jason could get that. Like, I think if somebody was feeding Jason cards of, like, here's things to say, here's things to talk about, I think Jason would knock it out of the park.
And I think even Jason would do something like where he'd be like, well, and I just found this out, but could you believe that they have this, and this stat? That just blew my mind, and I found out 5 seconds ago.
Okay,
Like,
question. Do
that
you
would be,
think,
people would like that.
is it more prestigious to host Monday Night Football or to play call games?
You get more FaceTime when
I
you're.
mean, you get more FaceTime, definitely.
Yeah, because the guys in the broadcast booth almost
more
never get
FaceTime what?
FaceTime.
Which
Well,
one?
When you're doing the Monday
by
night
play?
stuff, yeah,
Wait, Monday night?
No.
or the halftime stuff.
Oh, you get more FaceTime with your face on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not your voice.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm saying, which one
get what you're
pays
saying.
more? Because nobody's going to convince Jason Kelsey to go in and do something that might be harder.
I just
That
think,
pays less.
I don't think Jason Kelsey is about the
I don't
money.
think he's about
No,
the money
I don't either.
either. But
because I
it's
find it hard to
still-
believe that when Troy Aikman is one of the color analysts, that somebody hasn't considered Jason Kelsey and at least come to him and seen if there's any interest at all. I think if he ever wanted to be a color analyst, they would jump on the chance to get him. Absolutely jump. So if he's not in there, I tend to believe that it's his choice.
Yeah.
So, Gumby Thick says anybody but Joe Buck or Brady. Okay, so hold on. Brady's color, Joe Buck is play-by-play, and Joe Buck's got my vote just because, I mean, Third and Overland Park was freaking hilarious.
one joke.
If you live
One joke.
in-
He has
one-
one
if you
joke.
live
one
here.
joke.
No, one joke that's
but
good.
that one joke,
It was
that one
pretty
joke
damn funny.
sold me.
Yeah.
Play-by-play guys, I don't really mind. Like play-by-play guys just let you know what's going on, where you're at. As long as they're accurate, I'm cool.
I
It's
will
the
agree that
color
Joe Buck
guys.
is my least favorite of the play-by-play guys, but
But
I would
Brady?
argue that Brady is
Brady's-
already past Aikman.
Yeah, Brady's great, dude.
I don't think
Like,
he's great, but I think he's got potential,
I
and I think
really
he's
think-
already gotten better.
Okay, so Brady, I was not sold on until his first game last year when he did Mahomes, and he was so excited, he was so giddy, like he just needed something to inspire him, and then I think he's been great ever since. I mean, he ran the Patriots. We've seen Bill before the Patriots and Brady, and we've seen Bill now after. And wow. Woo! If you haven't checked out what's happening with Bill right now, just check out Microphone.
He's not on
tell you exactly
he's
what's
not
going on.
on an upward trajectory.
Yeah,
let's just say.
he's
not
gonna
excelling.
he's
Let's
gonna
just-
finish his first season as the worst college coach in history. So yeah, there's that. But like Brady, I think Brady's been great. I disagree with you on that. I think Brady's awesome.
And I want to say, why F me, Brian? I'm JB. I don't know. I don't know why you would say F me,
He's
but
saying Joe Buck.
okay.
Joe Buck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I'm behind. Sorry.
But yeah, who? Mitch.
Gumby said, Holtis is the GOAT. Rather listen to Pete Davidson comment over some of the current analysts. Oh, that would be awesome.
Wait, why can't I picture Mitch Holtis?
Mitch Holtis is the
Why can't I
one
picture
on the kingdom.
Yeah. Put the hammer down.
The
Mitch,
sound
okay.
of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Or
wait.
the
Okay,
voice of the Chiefs.
So okay, but we can't have him go someplace else. Like we need him for the Chiefs. Okay, so maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like I thought we were talking about like on the national broadcast.
So I think they're just talking about who their favorite.
Yeah,
Favorite
Holtis,
guys are.
dude, Holtis. Yeah. Mitch is Kansas City.
But Pete Davidson, I love that idea. Do you know who Pete Davidson is?
No.
He's a
I do.
comedian. Okay, he's a comedian. He was on Saturday Night Live for a long time. He's really good on the roasts. He can be a little bit edgy, but he dated Ariana Grande for a while. Yeah, whatever.
All
He's
right, Fred.
funny, but I think he's a little bit of an acquired taste. I don't know how he'd fit in, but if he could feel comfortable in the booth, that could be funny.
All right, Gumby admits the problem here.
He's good at it.
He's good at it. I just hate Brady. I'm just a Brady hater.
Yeah, I can't fault you for that.
I get that. I started out a huge Brady fan when he first came in. I was like, wow, dude, this is a cool story. And then I definitely with, Spygate, Deflategate, and then like just him like wanting to play ball over and I don't know all this stuff, but wanted to play ball over like his family and everything else. Like it was a bad look for me, but he does know ball, and I do like him on the broadcast. Would I hang out with him? I don't know, but like I would hang out with Kelsey in a second, Mahomes in a second. But I'm not sure about Tom. No, I'm not. I'm really not sure about it.
I mean, if
I'm
he wanted to
positive.
hang out, I'd hang out.
I know that Bob would hang out with him. He
Yeah.
would. If given the
I-
opportunity, there's no way we would
okay,
pass that
I
up.
don't know that I would enjoy it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
he'd enjoy it. But
Yeah, I don't know.
would he enjoy it if it wasn't just because?
Would
it
he
was Tom
brag about
Brady?
it on live stream?
100% he would.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. But the question is, would he enjoy it if it wasn't the celebrity of Tom Brady?
Yeah, if it was just another dude.
Yeah. Then
yeah,
no.
yeah, then I
probably not
wouldn't.
as
I wouldn't
much,
want to hang
right?
out with him either. But
But like Jason Kelsey, we'd probably enjoy it.
oh, every second.
Even
of it,
if he
yeah.
wasn't a celebrity or wasn't
Yeah,
a big name.
Kelsey and I would party hardy. We would
But
party.
it wouldn't even matter.
We'd be swinging our underwear around our heads like before the end of the night.
All right.
It would be wild.
Yeah. Maybe it's good you haven't met.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could be fun.
JD Party Darty.
Did it in college all the time.
Okay.
All right. Do we have any other comments here?
Nope.
Yeah. Do we have any? I mean, honestly, this was we needed this after the
Pleasant
Jags
surprise.
fiasco. It wasn't a pleasant surprise. I guessed the Chiefs. It was not
I
a
mean, I
pleasant
thought we'd
surprise
win.
at all.
Wouldn't you say that the score was a pleasant surprise? Because you didn't guess that,
That
it was going to be.
definitely a
Okay.
pleasant
Yeah.
surprise.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, one other point I wanted to make is about how big of a win this is. I was talking to you, Mel. I don't know if Bob was around when I was saying this, but had we lost this game, we would have been 2-4, and we wouldn't have been in a great mood. But I think a lot of people believe that at 2-4, with the schedule ahead and the way that the Chiefs have at least been putting things together a little bit, that we would have been okay going forward. So if we'd have lost that game, I don't think it would have been a huge loss. I think it would have been maybe a big loss or a loss. But to get this win and the way that we got this win, this was a massive win. I think this gives us steam going forward. I'm almost a little bit worried about Rice coming back and how that's going to affect the chemistry of the team. You got to think it can only be in a positive way or in no way at all. It can't be a negative, but you just don't know with chemistry. Even though we know, Rice has been on this team for a long time and they're all friends and they all get along, you just don't know what one guy changing out another guy is going to do. So I guess I'm
a little bit is Rice has been back for 2 weeks, right, in the locker room. So this is the second week that he's been back in practices, not practices.
I didn't know that he's been back for 2 weeks.
Not practices, locker room.
Yeah,
he can join.
Not on the sideline, but he's able to join the team meetings. He's able to be in the facility.
Just not at the game.
Not at the game, not in practice.
That makes me feel a little bit
He's
better.
not able to be in practice, though.
Oh, he can't practice?
No.
Not until this week.
But yeah, he's been in there. A lot of the players have talked about it.
Can he be sitting in there when they're practicing, at least watching them practice?
Yes.
I think that can be beneficial, too.
Yeah. So that's he's already been a part of the team dynamic, I guess, for the last 2 weeks, which has been nice. But what worries me a little bit is that this week Thornton was not involved at all.
Yeah,
right.
I don't like that. Thornton should have been in the game.
I think, and I do think that some of Josh Simmons being out had to, we talked about this, but I think there's a lot of other factors. But I would like to see Thornton still involved because I think Thornton has been a huge part of our offense.
All right, this is a good. This is a good question to end the stream on. What was your favorite play of the game?
Well, Gumby said I came into the stream late, but what was y'all's favorite plays?
I mean, that's a lot of pressure. I don't know.
There was a lot. There was a lot to take in.
My favorite play was Kelsey on the first drive, breaking all the tackles and then just hammering out to it and being so excited. I haven't seen him be in a long time.
All right.
Me, it was the Rice end around for the touchdown.
Well, Rice didn't
not
play.
Rice. Sorry, Worthy.
Worthy.
I was projecting next week.
For me, it was definitely, and I can't choose between two children. It has to be two, and it was the 2 fourth down stops. Epic.